Okay, hello everyone. I'd like to call the Finance meeting March 26th to order. And we're going to get started with resolution number 1. Authorization to create and fill the position of Senior Community Service Assistant at grade 12C.
What department is that?
OFA.
That's OFA.
Okay.
Kelly, I thought you
Motion to approve.
I thought
This-
that was pulled.
This was going to be pulled. Kevin McDonald has, he called me yesterday and asked to pull this resolution because he has a different idea that will actually save the county some money.
Okay, so we're going to pull this resolution.
Yeah, so resolution
I'll
1 is
make a
going to
motion,
be
we pull
pulled.
resolution number 1.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Rob? Okay. Okay, we're going to go to resolution number 2. Authorization for Chairman of Board of Supervisors to contract with the Columbia County Healthcare Consortium to provide outreach and application services under the Medicare Improvements for Patients and Providers Act.
I'll move that.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Resolution number 3, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to contract with Columbia County Healthcare Consortium to provide services under the New York Connects program.
I'll move that.
We have a motion.
Second. Oh, sorry.
We have a motion. We have a second. All in favor?
Second.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay. Sarah did a second on that.
Got it.
Resolution number 4, authorization for Chairman of Board of Supervisors to enter into agreement with the City of Hudson Police Department for a syringe drop-off kiosk.
I'll move it.
We have
I got a question about that.
Sure.
Um,
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a
Okay.
second.
Then you can ask.
Go ahead.
okay. I'm just wondering kind of where it is in the size, because some of them don't accept those containers. There's different sizes of containers for the needles.
Okay. All right. Does anyone, do we know
From that department.
from that department?
I talked about this to Jack a long time ago, but this was before they figured out, I don't know if they have a location yet.
So your concern is
All right.
the size of the drop-off box, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, some drop-offs only take smaller packages.
Okay.
And like I have a car full of medium-sized red bottles right now.
Okay.
And not all the kiosks take them, which is a problem, because then you got to go.
Syringe drop.
Jack?
Yeah.
Okay, we're in the finance.
All right, hold on a minute. We have Jack on
We
the
have a
phone.
question about your resolution request to enter an agreement with the City of Hudson Police Department for syringe drop-off kiosks. Sarah Sterling's asking what size?
Well, it looks like a typical mailbox.
The si-
Yeah, no, but the size, what,
The chief's intent is to put it in the lobby of the police station.
Did you hear that, Sarah?
yeah, but will it take the red?
Will it take the red
bottles?
boxes?
What comes with it are the red boxes. So people can come in. People can go. They go into Hannaford and they pick up a red box, and they bring their other ones back. We do have a problem with people who tend to use like liter soda bottles and things like that, because
Right.
it's a machine. But it's designed to take the standard small red containers, biohazard containers.
Okay, great, thanks so
Is
much.
that good? Okay. Jack, we may
Yeah,
need to
that's
call you
good.
back if we have any more questions, okay?
Okay.
All right,
that's
thanks,
fine.
honey. Yep, bye-bye.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We also have Robert Brewery voting. He's just sent it to me. Aye.
Aye.
Also, so
Okay,
you know.
perfect.
Okay. Okay, resolution number 5. Authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to amend Resolution 457-2019 for substance use disorder and stigma training.
I'll move that.
Okay, we have a motion.
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Rob's also, I don't know if you're getting those or
Yep,
not. Yeah.
that's good.
Okay. Resolution number 6, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to lease office equipment to repeat business systems. I did have some questions on that, but I got information on it and I could go through it. It just seemed like the amount per paper was high, but when I looked through it, it was fine. So,
And I will say, I just spoke to Rick, and I'll make a motion to approve that, but I did speak to Rick earlier. Repeat reached out to me. We deal with them at the town level, and they said because things were slow, they were looking to give some incentives to people to do some stuff, so maybe there's a better deal out there. And I asked Rick to kind of communicate with them before we go ahead with this, but
okay.
Out of all our buildings.
we got a lot of equipment.
Right, right. So is this something that Rick, you're gonna look into?
Yeah.
All right.
We can approve it just with
And
the
then
idea
you'll
that,
see what you can do.
ask
Okay.
them to see if they got any deals,
Okay.
at all.
So we have a motion.
So I need a motion.
I'll move it.
I was gonna say Ron moved it.
I moved it.
Oh, you moved, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And Rob, I also. Resolution number 7, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill one full-time nurse due to retirement.
I'll move it.
We have a motion? We have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
This is Brenda. May I ask a question?
sure.
My question is, if we've looked at this whole package of resolutions through the lens of essential and non-essential expenses, in terms of the COVID-19, experience, and what are things that we might be able to set aside, and what are things that we need to continue business?
We're going to be going through this one by one, but there are some that we're going to set aside. There are also some purchases we're setting aside. But, a nurse now at the health department, I think, is essential.
No, I just was asking for a general, if we looked at this from an overview perspective, and it sounds like the answer is yes.
Yes, we
Yes,
have.
we
and
have,
We have
actually.
talked to some of the departments about what we can pull and what we can't, so.
You'll see as we go through some of these resolutions, we're gonna be pulling some of the bigger ones, to try to help conserve what we could.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay. Resolution number 8, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to bid, award, execute, and adjust transportation contracts for the 2020-2021 school year.
With DSS,
This is the health.
this is the
Yes.
Special needs.
Special needs?
This is a special needs resolution. Yeah.
special needs.
Yeah.
All right.
It's their annual.
We have a motion?
I'll move it.
We have a motion?
Second.
We have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Rob's also good. Resolution number 9, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to renew contracts listed on appendices A, B, C, and D.
And I didn't see that in my packet. Maybe it was in there, but I didn't see it. That's the only one I didn't have.
It's on there now in the latest ones that I sent to you. I wanted to make sure everyone had the attachments.
There's all different attachments that are
For
connected.
early intervention.
Brenda, are you on just by phone or are you on visual?
I have the resolutions in front of me open, which I thought were the latest ones, and I'm by phone on conversation.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there was one sent today because there was a resolution added at the end. And I wanted to make sure, working from home was kind of tough, so I wanted to make sure everyone had everything that they needed with the attachments.
Okay,
So sorry, it was kind of late, but,
it's okay. I'll look for it again.
okay,
Thank you.
Okay,
This is the Department of Social Services and COARC and,
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is health department, early intervention.
yep,
David's
Right.
engaged
normal contracts for every year.
contracts.
right. Nothing that jumps out of it.
I'll move it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Jimmy, can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes,
could.
we can.
Okay, it broke in. Good.
yay.
I've been watching you on the phone, Rob, so.
Yeah, I've been watching you too. You're looking good there, Jimmy.
Everybody got their clothes on.
Yeah. Thank God.
Okay, we're going to move on to resolution number 10, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill 2 budgeted caseworker positions, GRFP 15, base salary $46,078, and any backfills created therefrom.
Both positions they've been emergency filled already,
Okay,
because we have to have a certain staffing level at DSS.
right.
We also don't want to go behind,
Can you guys mute your phones?
where we could get sanctioned.
Understood. Do we have a
I'll move
motion?
it.
We have a motion?
I'll
I'll
move
make
it.
a move. Motion.
Rob made the motion.
Yeah, second?
Second.
Second. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Resolution number 11, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill one budgeted caseworker position, GRFP 15, base salary $46,078, and any backfills created therefrom.
I'll move it.
Motion, second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution number 12, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill three budgeted social welfare examiner positions. Grade 12A, base salary $37,632, and any backfills created therefrom.
I'll move it.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
These are
Aye.
necessary? Yeah.
Again, these are, the people that are working on the front lines with clients.
And I think their workload
Okay.
will increase over the next couple of weeks, so
Yeah, poor social.
I'd love to see them cut some of them, but I
Right.
think they're gonna be needed more than ever right now, so.
Some of this stuff, yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
So we have the vote and any opposed? Okay. Resolution number 13, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill one budgeted caseworker assistant position, grade 13A, base salary $40,710. And any backfills
No.
created therefrom.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion, we have a second? Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Can we just take a quick survey of who's online, just so I have an attendance? I have Patsy, Art Basson, Michael Williams Reardon, Kathy Eldridge, Michael Chimides, and Brenda Adams. Anybody else?
Tistria Hoping.
Tistria, and who was the other one? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was
You got
with
me
Sarah,
too,
but
right,
you got
Kelly?
me
Rob,
already.
if you're in?
Yeah, Rob, I have you. Who was,
Okay.
Kathy?
there's somebody else speaking.
Eldridge is there, and she was.
Sarah, but you have me.
I have you, yep.
Okay.
PJ's on.
Yep, okay. All right, just wanted to make sure. Thanks, guys, sorry.
Okay, resolution number 14, authorization for Chairman Board of Supervisors to fill one budgeted senior accountant clerk position, grade 11A5, base salary at $34,942, and any backfills.
I'll move it.
We have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Resolution number 15, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill one social welfare examiner position, grade 12A, base salary $37,632.
That's DSS.
DSS
Yep.
on that one? Okay. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a
I'll
motion.
move it. I'll second it then.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution number 16, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to create and fill one part-time transportation aide, grade 11, step 1, hourly rate, $18.42 an hour. We have a motion?
Second.
Second.
I'd like to.
We have a motion and a second. Go ahead.
We fill it once we start doing the transportation again.
Okay,
I don't believe that they're transporting contingent on them being back in business.
okay. Did everyone get that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Number 17, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to modify the existing Upper Hudson Planned Parenthood Department of Human Services contract to include social work supervision consultation.
I'll move that.
We have a
Human
motion.
Services Department.
I'll second.
We have a second?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
No,
No.
it's only finance.
This is
committee that
this
can
is
vote.
only,
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
it's okay. We have a motion with Sarah, is that
Yeah.
correct? We have a
Yes.
second? Matt Morrell, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Resolution number 18, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to sign a memorandum of understanding on behalf of the Department of Human Services with Clemmer Memorial.
I'll move it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Resolution number 19, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to contract with the Bondeo Group for processing of HIPAA risk assessment audit services.
I'll move that.
We have a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Resolution number 20, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to call on members of the New York State Senate and Assembly to reject the Governor's SFY 2021 executive budget proposal to shift 100% of the cost of 730.20 competency restoration services to the county mental health commissioners. We have a motion.
I'll make a second.
Oh,
Unless that's the first.
You're
That's
the first.
you're the first.
Okay.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay.
Is there any updates on this?
That, by the way, that would increase our cost by 281,000.
What's that, Matt?
If they do the shift. Right.
It would increase
It
our,
would, yeah, if the shift was done, that would increase our cost about 281,000. Okay, resolution number 21. Authorization for go ahead, somebody. No. Authorization number 21, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill vacant management confidential administrative assistant grade 14.5. Do we have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make.
We have a motion? We have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second,
again, I would do that contingent on that, you know,
Coming back to work.
coming back, yeah.
I think that goes without saying, and I think you could expand on that on your DSS things. We did a lot of DSS things that I think are going to be needed positions, but until we're back to full swing, hopefully we can phase them in as
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah,
since you brought that up, just, the state weighed in on our essential, non-essential when we issued, and DSS, who was gonna just go into an on-call basis, the city, OTDA, the Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance, said that they need to have a presence at the DSS.
right,
So they're running with 25% staff, and they've got 4 teams that they're rotating.
okay.
So just so everybody's aware of that.
Okay, we have a,
I'm sorry, this is Michael. Could I please just say something?
sure,
Sure.
If you want to ask about any of the positions, I can let you know if they're filled already.
okay,
Because
Okay.
some of those positions were already emergency fills.
Yeah.
So the administrative assistance position that you just mentioned from the Department of Human Services already has an employee in it.
okay.
Moving forward, jump in, Michael.
Oh, okay, I just didn't want to be rude. I'm sorry. That's
No.
okay if I say something?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, all right, perfect. I'm sorry. I'm new to this one. So, okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Okay.
By the way, we're all new to
We're all new at this.
I'm very new. Well, you know me. You let me put all afternoon. So I'm going to put my mute back on. If I have something to say, I'll press it. All right.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second for resolution number 21. I need to take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Resolution number 22, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to abolish a 1.0 psychiatric social worker, grade 19B, and create and fill a 1.0 behavioral health social worker, position grade 18C.
This, by the way, saves us money because it's a difference in salary.
Okay,
$12,000 saves us.
$12,000. Okay, good.
Yeah, I have a question about that, and the fact that they can't fill any of these positions that we've downgraded. We might be something to look at in the future is, are we maybe going to have to bite the bullet and pay more to get people in there?
That's possible, Sarah, and I think the good news with all this is that when we met with him on the other, the committee, we encouraged him to fill their vacant positions.
Right.
Because they had a lot of vacant
Right.
positions, so at least he's trying to move it forward, and then we can assess whether we need to change it or not if we can't. If
Okay.
we can't fill them.
Okay,
Yeah, because we were having no luck in filling them.
okay.
We need a motion.
All right, we're going to need a motion for resolution number 22, please.
I'll make it.
And we have a second?
Matt?
Matt seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Resolution number 23, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill vacant behavioral health care coordinator position.
Move it.
We have a motion. We have a
Second.
second. Motion is,
Is this already filled?
Michael, is this already filled?
No, it's open.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so,
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
aye.
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 Opposed?
So a question going forward with these resolutions, am I putting in the resolutions contingent upon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full staffing.
Full
Yes, full
staffing,
staffing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Something
right.
like that. I
Back
think
to
it's a
full
good idea
staff?
for
Yeah.
all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless
For
we're
all-
full staff, then.
All
yeah.
positions, yeah.
If we can hold off on some of them, it's.
Yeah, whatever we can
Meanwhile,
do.
they've got the permission to do it, so.
Okay, we're going to move on to resolution number 24. Authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to abolish a 1.0 psychiatric social worker and create and fill a 1.0 behavioral health social worker.
This
I'll
is
move
the
it.
same,
Yeah.
Same,
second section, right?
Down 2 grade levels.
yes, I
Right.
need a motion.
I'll move.
We have a motion from Matt, a second.
I'll
Second.
second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Save us-
Same problem here again, I think.
Yeah.
Something
This
to look
should-
at.
This should also save us some money too, hopefully.
If we
Hi,
can-
this is Bill. One of the reasons that they're changing these titles is because of that, and it allows for a difference in billing. It allows to maximize their revenues more. So that's why they're changing the positions also. So there are new tests that are going to be offered. So it may offer another pool.
Okay.
Okay.
Resolution number 25, authorization for chairman of board of supervisors to fill vacant nurse practitioner position.
I'll move that, and that, again, is, will save us money because versus hiring a doctor.
Right, right. Okay, we have a
Right.
motion.
I'll
Do we
second
have, we have a second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're going to move on now to public safety, and that's resolution number 26. Authorization for the chairman of the board of supervisors to purchase, now this we're making a change in. We want to purchase 4 patrol vehicles, 3 of which will be purchased directly out of the main account. 1 will be purchased by drug money and whatever extra money we can. So, and then 3 mobile data terminals and related equipment. So we did cut this a bit, but he does have some issues there with vehicles, so we did get some pullback on this.
That'll save approximately $100,000.
Okay. Okay, do we have
I'll
a,
move it with those amendments.
okay, we have a motion, do we have a
Second
second?
it.
We have a motion and a
Second.
second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, resolution number 27, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to fill a vacant budgeted full-time correction officer position.
Move it.
We have a motion, we have a second? Second. Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
By being fully staffed, it saves us on overtime because
Okay.
we don't fill the positions.
It's gonna
It's
be,
filled already.
it's fell, okay. Resolution number 28, authorization, chairman of board of supervisors to fill a vacant budgeted full-time correctors officers position, another one.
I'll move it.
We have a motion, second?
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is that filled too, Michael?
They're putting in for 2 full times, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
One is filled, the other is open.
Okay. Okay,
I would
But
think
again,
down the
they
line
have to meet
someday
certain
we can-
Staffing requirements, so.
okay. Resolution number 29, authorization for chairman of board of supervisors to create and fill a correction sergeant position with a backfill correction corporal position. Do we have a
I'll
motion?
move it.
We have a motion, we have a
Second.
second? Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution number 30, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to fill a budgeted full-time correction officer position. You're right. There's 3. There's a third one. Do we have a motion?
I'll make it.
We have a motion?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Is this
Aye.
filled? Is this one filled yet?
Nope, there's 2 that are filled, 1 that is open.
Okay, gotcha.
And
I
just
just
so,
wanted to make sure if they put the 3rd one in or not.
Yes, it's here, yep,
That's it.
Yep.
That's the third one.
Yep, 2 filled, 1 open.
okay,
we've asked the sheriff to call the state and have the state come down and look at our staffing levels because obviously we don't have the number of people in the jail that we had prior to bail reform and
Okay.
so on. We're waiting for the state to come down and do that assessment.
Okay.
So, but until that time, we have to maintain the same staffing levels
Okay.
as we've always had, but hopefully that'll change in the future.
Okay. All right, we're going to move on to resolution number 31, authorization for the chairman of the board of supervisors to fill a budgeted full-time deputy sheriff position due to resignation.
I'll move it.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Resolution number 32, authorization for the chairman of the board of supervisors for a salary adjustment for the correctional facility medical director. Matt, you had something on this, because I questioned the amount of money this went up.
Yeah, when I talked to the sheriff, and I talked to him again after I spoke to you,
Mhm.
It is a salary position,
Mhm.
but with his salary, he pays his PA, his physician's assistant, who also covers for the doctor. We have to have a doctor oversee the jail.
Right.
The reason for the increase is he wants to cover his liability. We can't pay the liability for him directly, so the way they worked it out is a $9,000 increase will pay the liability insurance for both the doctor
And
and
the
the
practitioner.
PA.
Okay.
If not, the doctor said he's going to leave.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So we have a motion?
I'll make it.
Motion.
We have a motion and a second? We have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Number 33, authorization for chairman of board of supervisors to create and fill a physician assistant's position in the jail.
that's the position.
Yes, yeah. Okay, motion.
$5 an hour.
How much, Matt?
Huh?
How much did you say?
45 an hour.
45.
$45 an hour. And that physician's assistant will cover for the doctor when the doctor's not available.
Understood. Okay, do we have a
I'll make the
motion?
motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Number 34, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to create and fill the position of legal assistant at an annual salary of $62,500, with said salary and fringe to be paid 100% by the Hurl and Herring settlement.
This is going to be in the
We have a
DA's
motion.
office?
The
No,
public
this is
defender.
The public defender.
Oh, I'm sorry, public defender.
Add on this,
What's that, Matt?
Michael?
Michael?
She's hired already. She's been working.
She's hired already.
Okay.
She's not working.
And that is who?
It's an individual that has already been working since last year.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
so
make that motion.
we have a motion. We have a second. Motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Good news is
Aye.
it's 100% funded.
Opposed? And it's 100% funded. I don't know if
By
everybody
a
heard
state
that
that doesn't
from
have any
Matt.
money, but that's all right.
Well,
Yeah.
I got an email just recently from the indigent,
Yep.
that they're still moving forward with
Okay.
their funding. So
Okay.
Good.
Resolution number 35, authorization for the chairman of the board of supervisors to create and fill full-time assistant public defender position at a salary of $70,000 to assist in handling family court matters, salary to be paid through state grants and fringe included.
Was this the, Rob?
Not
Was it-
filled.
Where he was supposed to get back to us?
This was the one, Matt, yes. We tabled it in February, and we were waiting for him to come back to us with more information and statistics.
Do you want me to get him on the phone?
So, Michael, do you have anything to add?
It's an open position. My office doesn't have any paperwork for anyone for this position yet.
I would recommend that we
Pull.
pull it for the time being.
Okay. So we're going to pull resolution number 35.
Make that second, or Matt made the motion.
All right, Matt made the motion. Do we have a second?
Yep.
We have motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Find out it's going to be 100% funded.
Okay.
So we get
Right.
clarification.
Okay. All right, so we're going to pull number 35.
Probably not in a hurry for it anyway, so.
Resolution number 36, authorization for the chairman of the board of supervisors to appoint James W. Skimmerhorn Jr. to the deputy fire coordinator position for Battalion 2.
I'll move it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
He's replacing George Giller, who moved up to the fire coordinator's position.
Okay. Resolution number 37, authorization for the state fire administrator to appoint the fire coordinator as a regional fire administrator under the New York State Mutual Aid Plan.
I'll move it.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Number 38, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to fill a vacant budgeted salary, $98,013, full-time assistant directory district attorney, ADA position at a salary of $103,000, and waive waiting period for the salary reduction and insurance coverage.
Is this filled, Michael?
Is this,
The only one that I have in front of me is a DA's position that was agreed upon to be 92. Unless do you have something, is Lally still left over? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
Oh, then, yeah, I thought that was already through. I apologize. I
No.
didn't have that on the list.
Okay, this is filled then?
Yes, it's filled.
Okay.
So what is that first salary? And there's a parenthesis there. It says 98,013 parentheses.
It was budgeted at 98,134. He upped it because of the way the salary breakdowns that we did at the end of last year before the budget. For all the attorneys, we sort of categorized them so that all the attorneys' offices throughout the county were basically the same. Because when we started just giving salaries, it sort of screwed everything up because an assistant or a deputy county attorney versus a deputy PA were making a lot, drastically different money. So what we try to do.
What number?
Well, huh?
What number goes in there instead of parentheses?
It goes into 103.
Yeah.
Because there is no 98 anymore.
So it's 103.
Oh, it goes in 100.
Yeah,
So I'm just trying to
103.
explain
He's just explaining what happened.
how it happened.
Yeah. Okay, do we have a motion for number 38?
I'll move it.
We have a motion, we have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Number 39, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to fill a vacant budgeted assistant district attorney position full-time. Is that
I'll move it.
Bill?
Hired.
Okay. We have a motion, we have a second?
Second,
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 And he's using savings to pay the difference.
Okay. Resolution number 40, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to fill a budgeted salary of $30,000, chief investigator position, part-time at a salary of $10,000, and waive waiting period for the salary reduction and insurance coverage. Okay, number 40, do we have a motion?
I'll move it.
We have a motion, we have a second?
Second,
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Resolution number 41, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to create and fill one full-time community liaison position and abolish one full-time paralegal position. We have a motion?
I'll move it.
We have a motion?
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution number 42, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to create and fill one district attorney court liaison position full-time and abolish two clerk typist positions part-time.
I'll move it. Again, all of this is based on bail reform and the additional work on the disclosure.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so we have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Second at the same time.
Excuse me? Number 43, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to fill the vacant budgeted position of probation assistant.
Michael, is that filled or not filled?
Yes, it's filled.
Okay, we have a motion?
I'll move it.
Motion,
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
All the
Okay.
big dollar ones are already filled.
All right, we're going to move on to city government, which is resolution number 44, authorization for the chairman of board of supervisors to fill one temporary position of clerk typist in the civil service department. Is that position filled at all?
I'm sorry, you're asking me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, they do have a person earmarked because there is a date, a time frame that they require the person. So they have spoken with the person already for them to fill that position, but it hasn't started yet.
That's all April.
Okay. All right, do we have a motion?
I'll move it.
I'll move it.
I would say pending the need in terms of, because it's due to somebody who's going to have to.
Right.
Back to full swing.
Go out, right, okay. So we have that kind of down, figured out. So we have a motion, we have a second.
Pending the need.
Second,
I have a second. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Resolution number 45, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to add software to the BOE's currently installed software for voter registration purposes and already budgeted for 2020. It's been already budgeted for 2020.
And then, I believe
I'll move it.
that's from the grant that they received.
Okay, so we have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. Resolution number 46, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill the vacant position of Republican Election Specialist on March 9, 2020.
I'll move it.
Is that filled?
It's filled.
They're filled.
It's filled.
Okay.
So,
The, one of the people was left and they're a full-time person and they're replacing him
okay.
or her.
So we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll make a second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution number 47, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to increase the salary of election specialists to $48,426 from $46,559.
This was a discussion I've had with the election commissioners. Right now, there's election specialists and then there are HAVA specialists, and their jobs didn't, they didn't intertwine, they didn't really work together. What I had proposed in talking with the election commissioners is that we make all the positions the same titles and cross-train. So if, say, a HAVA specialist isn't there,
Yeah.
the election specialist can then take over and help with the HAVA. And the HAVA is the voting machines, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
So that everybody is the same underneath the deputies
Right.
and that they, they're interchangeable. And-
Right.
And they have been cross.
Okay.
Okay. So resolution number 47, we have a motion?
I'll move it.
I'll make it.
We have a
I'll
motion
move it. Second.
and a second?
It comes to $4,000 total.
Okay. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Resolution number 48, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill vacant positions in the county clerk's office. Do we have a motion?
Yeah, I'll move it.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Contingent on coming back to work.
Contingent on coming back to work, great.
Right.
You're seconding
They're,
that?
they're all filled.
Okay,
The only thing on there was a question about the pool.
Yep.
That pool is, all she's doing is increasing it from 8 to 12, but it doesn't increase the budget.
Correct.
So they don't work all the time and they rotate and it's just based on their availability.
Okay.
so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right. We're going to move on now to Public Works. Resolution number 49, authorization for the Chairman and Board of Supervisors to execute a professional service agreement with McFarland Johnson Engineers in an amount not to exceed $1,700 for North Apron Reconstruction Project. But, Ron, I think this is, this is
Yep.
state funded?
Both of these resolutions for the airport are state-funded projects. Dean is in contact with them to make sure that the FAA funding continues, and we don't see any problem with that at this moment in time, but we're keeping an eye on that. So as far as I know, we could move ahead with those. So
Okay, so resolution number 49, need a motion?
I'll move it.
We have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, number 50, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to execute a professional services agreement with Pissarro Associates DPC of Rochester, New York, in the amount of $100,000 for designing, construction, support, inspection of the replacement of the fueling facility at the Columbia County Airport. And this is also,
And again, this is a state-funded, we applied for this a
Yeah.
number of years ago. We've been trying to get to this project, and our
Yeah.
concern there is that, as Dean has told us, every time, every few months, the price of these fueling facilities goes up a lot because of the need. So I'd like to proceed with continuing to get it, but again, as long as we can get state funding for it, we're good.
okay, so we
I'll
need a
move it.
motion. We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
I'll second it.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye. So just to be clear, is it subject to receipt of state funding, or is it moving ahead either way?
We're quite sure, this is FAA funding, this isn't just, well, that's a STEM,
It's
sorry, that was
approved.
state funding, so, yes, I think so what we're doing is approving the construction, not the construction of it, but the engineering of it right now with this part of it. Once they get to that, then there'll be another resolution to actually go out to bid for the job.
Okay, because I was just thinking of that in the context of the governor's call at noon today. So, in which he's saying that, state funding for existing programs will be reduced and evaluated on a quarterly basis.
Yes. So a lot of these things, that's what we're being very concerned about, that Dean had reached out to his folks, and as of yesterday, it was okay, but we're keeping an eye on that at all times, so.
Okay, just wanted to understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So we'll move to resolution number 51, authorization for Chairman of Board of Supervisors to fill 4 part-time labor positions in solid waste department. Do you want to say something?
I would like to move that. I'd like to make sure that we get those. The solid waste department has been just hammered with excess work. As a lot of you know, Columbia County's got more residents in it than normal, and I think a lot of people are now eating at home, bringing their own trash, and I'm not sure what drives it. Contractors seem to be still busy, but the solid waste has been very busy. Some of the folks are elderly and don't want to work, and Jolene needs a pool of people to work with in order to keep the stations open. So.
Okay, we need a motion for number 51.
I'll move it.
We have a motion in a second. Motion in a second, all in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Opposed? Number 52, authorization for the Chairman of Board of Supervisors to declare a 2009 International cab chassis with over 350,000 miles as surplus to be auctioned. Do we have a motion? We have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, resolution number 53, authorization for the Chairman of Board of Supervisors to abolish 1 skilled labor position and create 1 new position of supply attendant, both grade C. So that's just a change in title?
That's the change in title, yeah.
You want to explain to them where it is?
So that is, Michael, maybe you want to chime in. Where are we with that now exactly?
Sure. Well, the position is open. He has posted it and he's interviewing for that. What had happened was, the gentleman who was doing those responsibilities prior had retired. So he was going to, Tony DeMarco, when I say he, I apologize. Tony DeMarco was in the process of converting the job description, and it was ruled by Columbia County Civil Service that it's a testable position under the a current title that we just revised the job description called supply attendant. So the test has been ordered. And so the position's open, but it's a position that's always, so it says it's a new position, but it's not. It's a new title for a position that was already funded. It's already in UPSCU, and it's just a new title.
Basically, our parts department guy at the highway garage, and it won't be filled for a little while anyway, but need to do it, so.
Okay.
And it's at the same grade.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we need a motion for resolution number 53.
I'll make it.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Resolution number 54, authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to fill 1 position per diem labor in the Highway Department at grade 11, step 1 hourly rate wage.
I'll make that motion. That's just night watchman, staff.
Okay. We have a motion. We have a second? Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Resolution number 55, we're going to pull this one, but I'll read it. Authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to purchase 1 3/4-ton truck from Metro Ford of Schenectady and 1 1-ton truck with plow equipment from Van Bortle Ford of East Rochester at a total cost not to exceed $83,381.35. But we
make a motion to pull it.
We have a motion to pull it. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay.
Not that these aren't needed, but these are expenditures that we can put off for a while, so let's.
Yeah, we're going
see
to try
where
to
we're
hold
gonna
those
go this
back. Resolution number 56, authorization for the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to award bid for motor oil and lubricants to BWE LLC of Manchester, New Hampshire. Motion?
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? Resolution number 57. This one we're going to pull also.
Yeah.
Authorization for Chairman of the Board of Supervisors to transfer $2,000 from the abrasive blasting material line to the education line.
I'll make a motion to pull that as due to some of the, training conferences have been canceled. He may not need to do that, so we can pull that.
Okay. So we have motion to pull it. We have a second?
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 58, authorization for the chairman of Board of Supervisors to declare one 2011 Chevrolet pickup truck surplus equipment and sell at auction. Ron, you weren't sure?
So we can go ahead with this resolution, but we may not, end up doing that if we do the authorization to declare it surplus. We don't necessarily have to sell it. This is a pickup truck that would have been surplus due to resolution 55. So we're not going to buy one. So right now we may not have that. But I did talk to facilities, also pulled the truck resolution that they were going to do, and we may do some swapping around
Okay.
with trucks internally. So, but it's okay to approve this resolution. If we don't need, we don't sell it, we don't sell it.
Okay, so, we need number 58, need a motion? We have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Ron, before we move on to
Yep.
finance, we pulled the one truck for 250,000, is that?
So what happened is in January or February, we actually approved a new plow truck for $250,000 or just shy of there. And we had ordered it, but when all of this started last week, I reached out to Tony and we asked him to pull that order. So he was able to get to the supplier and pull that along with the 550 that we approved in solid waste.
Right.
That was, and I can't remember the price of it, but there was a
That was about
2020
80,000, I
550,
think,
you know,
yeah, 70, 80,000.
with a bucket or with a box and a plow.
Right,
And, we also were able to kill that.
Okay.
So
So
there's a
those,
significant amount of money that we've captured right now, you know.
okay. And if we needed to, we could use some of the CHIPS money to purchase a piece of equipment as long as we held it for 5
Right,
years if we were,
yep.
if we were in an emergency
Yep.
situation.
And we
Okay,
don't know where Chips is either right now. So
Right.
we're watching it.
okay, all right. To move on to finance, resolution number 59, this is the one I love, authorization for the chairman of Board of Supervisors to award bid for meat and meat products to
Meat.
Gifford. Yeah, and Worley Foods for the period May 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2020.
I'll move that.
We have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Brenda, just so you know, Rick Keaveney always sponsored that resolution, so it's gonna move to you.
Yeah.
I'll let him
Okay.
know that you took care of him.
Resolution number 60, authorization to contract with the grant writer to provide the county with a firm to write and secure state and federal grants. Matt, I'm going to ask you to just jump in on that. Or Rick?
I can elaborate, Rick Solera here. We have been, prior to all the recent events, we have been in discussion with the need for the county to hire grant writers, mainly in the public transportation subcommittee, in terms of replacing our buses, et cetera. And Ron Campanera had suggested at that time that there's a lot of money available, but we need to start applying for it. So that just spurred the interest of saying, what else can we apply for? So we've been talking about grant writers, and there's been interviews with this company called The Grant Writers. And in more recent events, now that we know that there's going to be a lot of money coming down to localities, and the only way we're going to get it is to be able to apply for it. So I think there's a need right now more than ever to have grant writers on hand in reference for the county.
I also believe, they're also, Michael, they're also contracting with Hudson?
Yes,
Mike
I
Schmidt,
think so.
Okay, all right. Do we have a,
It's $3,300 a month, and it's prorated. We had,
I'll make a motion.
all right, I'll second it.
we have a motion and a second? All in favor?
We had 50,000
Aye.
over budget, now it's down to 26.
Aye.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Matt,
One question, will they be doing the FEMA applications, or is that somebody else who does FEMA applications?
Our emergency management office will be working on that. They may be able to help them, but our emergency management office is pretty adept at doing that.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Okay, so number 60 moves. Is there any other questions for anyone, or board members, or committee members, I should say? If there isn't, motion to adjourn, or
well,
Matt, did,
everybody good on there.
Can I have a question?
sure.
Sure.
Who is it?
It's Patsy.
Oh, Patsy.
I'm on my second cocktail. So, I'm just kidding. PJ, are you still there? Is
Yes,
PJ there?
ma'am. Yep,
Hi,
I'm here.
honey.
Hey,
Listen, I was wondering,
can I come
sales
and join
tax.
you for cocktails?
Yeah, come on. Won't be the first or last, but listen,
Social distance.
I wanted to know, sales tax coming in. What month are they from?
Well, they're always, approximately a month behind in the revenues that we receive. In other words, we'll receive revenues in March for basically February.
Okay, when I'm saying the months that sales tax was collected, is it December, January, and February that we're getting them from, the sales revenues?
It goes on a calendar year, but our final, for the year, our final revenue receipt that we receive usually comes in about the middle of January.
Okay, because as a business owner, you too, we always had to pay our sales tax at the end of the year on December 20th,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
And then, but we never, and then that went in down to the county after that. So that's what I'm thinking. Are we going to get December's or not on this next one?
You've already received that. That
Okay,
came
that's
in
what I'm asking.
January. That was part of the year-end reconciliation.
Okay, all right. So we all got to be abreast of that because sales tax is going to kill us.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
let
think
me-
they put a waiver in.
PJ, don't we also pay quarterly? Business owners pay every quarter? The sales
That's what I'm
tax?
thinking.
Depends on the amount of sales tax you're collecting. Some have to file monthly, some have to file quarterly. Correct.
Right,
Do it once a year in
Right.
a small business.
okay. I pay quarterly, yeah.
Well, let me just
I
pick
think
up
they
on that.
quarterly, and that's what I'm thinking because I forgot that some only have to pay yearly. But I used to have to pay, every 3 months I had them.
That's what we do.
Right.
I believe
And I
they
think-
put that off for March 15th, that they gave people got a extension.
So let me pick up on
And
that. If that's the case, Sarah, you know what that means to the county. If the state doesn't get the
Yeah.
money, the county doesn't get the money. All
Right.
right. Ron and I have been working on what effect it could be having on our budget as we move forward here. Obviously, you'd have to be living under a rock to think that it's not going to have any effect. We're looking at a possible, very conservative number of on our cash flow alone of about $6 million through all funds. So we're looking at that closely. I know Matt's going to have a meeting. We're going to be involved in a meeting probably next week and see if we could come up with some solutions to that, because the negative impact that could have would be just astronomical. It would have an impact on our cash position. It would actually drop us back to where we were back in 2012 and 13. So we need to take steps to mitigate that, and I'm sure we'll work together to get that done.
So PJ, just for my clarification, are you saying you're projecting or considering a $6 million reduction in revenues?
We're looking at probably a conservative number between 3 and 4 on our revenue stream. But in addition to that, we're anticipating that the state receivables are probably going to go up. You're looking at a state that's in a hole to start with. And
Right.
as time moves along here, we're expecting that just because we put in to get reimbursement from like DSS, and we get about $1 million a month or more, we're looking at the possibility that those receivables were probably going to take a longer time, and the effect on our cash is going to be a strain.
Right. Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Sure.
Kelly Baccaro?
Yes.
It's Michael. May I ask you, there's two positions that I didn't hear. I'm sorry if I missed them. Can I just ask you for confirmation?
Sure.
A computer services specialist from the MIS department, the temporary position.
I didn't.
I don't remember that at all.
I didn't see that.
I didn't have a
No.
resolution submitted.
County government? No.
They had sent my office a 30-day, and the person started this past Monday.
But they didn't do a resolution request to submit to
Okay,
council.
no problem. I was just trying to go. And then
How
the
long
other one.
ago did they submit that, Michael?
It
It might have been,
It was last week.
Yeah,
The
so
person started this Monday.
it'll have to go through next month.
I gotcha. No problem. I'm just checking. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then the other one was a public health technician full-time from the health department.
That was on there, I think.
That was,
Yep.
hold
I
on.
apologize.
Let me see, public health.
Registered
Was
nurse.
that- But was that recently too?
It was, no, Tyrone's been gone, he's been gone quite a few weeks now.
Okay,
I don't
We
remember
did a
that.
registered nurse for the retirement, but I didn't hear the public health technician.
yeah, if they submitted it with their packet, their normal packet, which was
No,
due like 3 weeks ago, they probably.
It's an open position anyway, so I could work with Jack on it.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, so they
Okay.
just have to send it to me next month and we'll get it in.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Jack's been a little busy lately.
Yeah.
Oh, I assume so. I was just
bet.
up on what I had gotten.
Okay, is there anything else for anybody?
No, hey,
If
I
not-
just want to thank everyone, in terms of, I've talked to a lot of you, I've gotten emails. This is not an easy time, but, I assure you that our Columbia County staff are working very hard on this issue, whether it's our emergency management office, our health department, our sheriff's department. A lot of supervisors are calling and offering to assist, so, I just want to thank everyone, and we'll continue to keep you posted the best we can. We've started doing a press release a day, plus the health department is posting numbers every day, so.
Right.
What about full board? What are you doing?
Full board, I think we'll be sending something out. I'd like to be able to meet remotely for a lot of you if we can. Just to practice social distancing. And we'll get that figured out. I know we have some capabilities now that we're not using today, but we will be able to use by the board meeting. So where people can get on their computers and sort of dial into the meeting.
Okay.
So
It was a good
just stay
experiment.
tuned for more information.
Yeah.
Quick question, and I'm sorry for being unclear on this, but I'm juggling 3 different operations. Are the county services closed through the 31st or until further notice?
They're closed till the 3rd of April as of right now.
Okay.
And then that's going to depend on where we are, that then or around then. So we'll make another determination. I know that motor vehicles, the state closed them until the 19th of April. So we're going to have to take a look at it. I mean, it's a day-by-day situation that our numbers and the state's numbers keep going up pretty sharply. So I think we just need to make a determination, probably next week sometime, whether we're going to.
Right.
I think there's a lot of stress associated around repeated closing, and I'm just asking your general opinion whether or not you think that to close indefinitely is better than to continue to extend the date.
Aren't you supposed to renew your order every 5 days through the emergency?
Well, the emergency, yeah, we're not, they've waived that unless it changes.
Oh, it was
changes,
waived.
then you can-
Okay. Yeah, I thought Rob told us originally that you needed to renew it every,
That was the sub part.
I personally, I'd prefer to, do it maybe at 2-week increments, and then that way we can always back off of it. And definitely just doesn't.
I think it definitely would scare me more than
yeah.
the other
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If there's no other business,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
we motion to adjourn. We have a motion, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye now.
Be well.
Yes.
Yeah.